どう試合に影響するのか、その辺もぜひ注目していただきたいと思います。
Testing.
Okay, let's check that all over. Welcome to the
練習する選手が交代しましたけれども、一つご紹介しておきたいのが、お客様からご覧になって右から2番目の手前で今練習を始めた選手、アマチュアの選手なんですけれども、金沢葵選手とおっしゃいまして、なんと年齢が16歳でございます。16歳にしてこのステージまで上がってくるということは、20歳になったらどうなっちゃうんだという感じがしますけど、私まだビリヤードやったことなかった年齢ですからね、そう考えると末恐ろしいといったところで、さっきベテランの活躍がすごく頼もしいというお話しましたけれども、一方若手の台頭を待ち望まれるところといったところで、こういう若い選手の活躍も注目していただければと思っております。
IGNACIO from Philippines. He is nicknamed Sebastian. I don't know where it comes from. Something about Japan players is they like to give nicknames to the players who play Perfect stroker. Did you get so Jeffrey is his birthplace in the Philippines, plays right-handed. He's 32 years old, born in 1992. That makes me absolutely ancient.
Wait till you see his opponent. Sugiyama is born in 2000. 23 years old. He turns 24 next month. So we got a couple of youngsters here.
I have stopped playing for longer than these people. Do you realize that? We have those. Oh my gosh. Okay. Enough of this memory lane and showing how old we are. Let's just focus on the players here. So Sugiyama is from Gifu, Japan. He plays left-handed. He's a southpaw. So we'll probably see a little bit of different types of ball choices. We've got a righty and lefty playing here. Most of my players play right-handed, so they choose certain types of shots. These kind of throw me for a loop every now and then, because I'm looking at a table as a right-hander, thinking, oh, I need to go over here, and then they go someplace completely different.
Play it from the other side.
And then I realize, oh, that's right, they're left-handed. Nothing against left-handers, some of the best players are left-handed out there. In fact, there are some players who are right-handed that play left-handed. Name any?
I can't think of any. Who do you? Seagulls are righty. Oh, okay. All right, we're getting ready to rack in the opening break, and there will be a little bit of a wait here.
Yes, here they like to start with what they call the SIG rig. So basically they wait for the ready, set, go, and everyone will break once to kind of ceremoniously and formally start the tournament. Which is kind of cool, I suppose, unless you're one of those players that time on the break and kind of get well settled in. I don't know, did they let you preview the break?
I don't think so.
if you're rushed into it. We'll see how that goes.
Maybe if both players agree.
Yep.
So this is the round of 16 in the 37th Japan Open. They started out with, what, 100 and...
Yep, you might be able to hear in the background behind us the loud announcements in Japanese. They're talking about getting ready to start. And so now the music stops. Everybody's getting ready. So, okay, please assume your ready position and stand by. Everybody is standing by. Okay, and here we go.
Get ready.
Break ready.
Breaking.
And break. 4 sets. That's a long 4 strokes. A long set, and then a nice. Oh, he does a nice control break. And don't get popped in by that.
Oh, do it, cue ball. It did it.
Saw that eyeball come up and targeting the cue ball. A lot of people think you really have to smack the break on these. When you're playing rotation, 9-ball or 10-ball. Nowadays, though, it's a little bit different from our heyday. Right? Our heydays, we used to use the wooden racks, and it takes a while to put the balls up there, and they're loose and whatnot. You really gotta kind of smack them and get the balls to move around. Nowadays, the popular thing is to use what's called the steel racks, and are they using the turtle this year?
This is the turtle rack, yes.
They're using the turtle rack. And I have to admit, when I first came back to Japan to play pool, and nobody was using wooden racks. This was back in
2006, 2007.
2007. In fact, the place where I used to play, we didn't use these movable turtle racks. They actually had the 3-ring binder reinforcing stickers, those little brown stickers, placed on the rack where the balls would go, and you just roll the balls up and you stay in there. They don't get in the way, even though they're there to hold the balls in place. And it was a very clean way to break. And then about a year or two later, they came out with these really thin sheets to start racking the balls for 9-ball and 10-ball. And it does get rid of a lot of the arguments about loose rack, tight rack, etc.
That's right.
They're all pretty good.
You will see the tournament rules here. It is 10-ball for the men. It is self-rack, random ball placement on the rack.
Let's stop right there for a second.
Oh,
When you say self-rack, who's the racker?
Ah, the break. Breaker. It is winner. It is winner break. So yes, the winner of the previous game will rack their own break.
See, I'm not a really big fan of the winner breaks. Rack your own, because they do say random rack, which will explain how they do the random rack in just a little bit. But at higher levels, players can control pretty much where they want the balls to go. But the way they do the random rack is when you pull the balls out of the pocket, you lay them up against the break. Right? You put the 10-ball in the middle, and all the balls go kind of to the side. And when you rack them up, the first ball you bring up is the 1-ball.
Is he gonna try and run into this? I'm curious as to what he's gonna do. He's just gonna line up, get close, so he can pop off that point. The point of the side pocket.
The point is not really in the way.
Yeah.
So he's okay.
He just needs to be a little bit off the rail here for the 9.
So on the random rack, you line up the balls along the end rail, and then as you're racking the balls, you pull the end balls, the outside balls, first to bring them up into the rack. So the randomization comes from when the balls go in the pocket and they gather into the collection tray. That gives you randomization. So you don't get to pick and choose which balls go where. You just have to take the balls that are on the end that are lined up on the rail there. Oh, he played a safe. What was that? It was either a safe that was hit too hard, or Still not an easy shot here to get to, but you know it's totally doable. It's just a cut.
It's just a cut.
Every shot.
It's a long
every
thing.
shot. It's just a cut, whether you're straight on or an angle.
It's bridging way back off the rail.
Yeah, well, bridging off the rail on these tables is not too much of
Shot.
an issue.
Where are you going, cue ball?
He's fine. He's fine.
He's got it. Double the rail.
This is a little bit of a tester because he needs to either hold or come back. It's off the rail, so if he's feeling feisty, he might be able to rail first or something like that. What kind
I
of
think he'll
player
draw
is he?
back.
Is he going to draw back? I've not watched him play, so I don't know how aggressive he is on his style of play. Does he play the percentages more, or is he more of a go? Okay.
Nice little spinny there.
That is very nice. And bridging off the rails on these tables really isn't that difficult. We were playing on the Diamond Pro-Am tables, and the rails are nice and wide.
They are.
You can lay your hands on there, get a nice bridge in there, even if you're close to the rail. And they do their best to actually to kind of make the pockets a little flush to the table, so that the pockets themselves don't get in the way when you're trying to stroke, like over a pocket or something like that. That was a very nice out, very nice and controlled. The ball did snap back very nicely, thanks to the cloth that they're using here. They're using a cloth by Nikkei, which is a local manufacturer, and they're using they call their sapphire blue. This is their it's one of their new cloths here, and it is 90% wool and 10% nylon with a short nap. So it's fairly fast and fairly grippy. So you can actually stroke these shots nice and controlled without having to try to force it. You know, back in the old days when we had the really nappy cloth that sometimes gets moist and you really got to put some oomph into it just to get the ball to do, well, anything. Gone are those days. Nowadays, pool players are pampered.
Alright, the referee's gonna take the rack out here, I think. Or he's
Is it
asking me
on?
if he's gonna leave it.
Yeah, players do have an option to kind of leave it, but okay.
Yeah, he's gonna move it.
He's gonna mark the 10 ball
Mark
just
the
to make sure
position.
it doesn't move. He's just gonna. I don't even think he needs to move that. It's just to make sure it doesn't move when he lifts the rack off. Now these little ball markers you might have seen before if you watch any snooker. They use it quite a bit in snooker when they're moving balls around and doing whatnot. They'll have these ball markers to set up to mark the spot for the ball before you return it. They're pretty handy.
Makes good sense.
Never had to use them back in my day. Oh, I'm gonna have to say back in my day a lot because you know the game has changed quite a bit. Now it's 10 ball. Back in the day it was more like 9 ball for rotation. They changed the Japan Open to 10 ball. Was it 4 years ago? I need to take
Maybe
a look
more
at
than
that.
that, I'm not sure.
It might be more than that. Let's take a look
Alright,
over
that
here.
was a pretty solid shot on the one.
Much longer than that. 2011 is when they switched to 10 ball.
2011. Okay.
2011 is when they changed to 10 ball. Up until 2010, they played 9 ball. So that means the last time I played must have been before 2011, because, oh no, I did play one round of 10 ball. I do remember playing 10 ball once.
You get around far enough.
Okay, so we are playing with the Aramith
Tournament Black.
Tournament Black. I'm not too much of a fan of these colors because, especially on on the screen, the 2, 8, and the 10, the 2 ball, the 8 ball, and the 10 ball can get very confusing. Not just because they're so dark, and if the lighting's not right, then it's kind of hard to see. At the table, it's a little bit easier to see, but on the screen, it can be
He
a little
overcut
bit,
that ball and
see,
left it
overcut
open.
that ball. And here's another color discrepancy. I would have been shooting that pink ball up there in the corner over there because I'm so used to the old balls,
But
where the 4 and the 5 were a little bit of a different color. Okay.
we have the pink 4 ball and the purple 5 ball.
Yes. Back in the day, the 5 ball was orange. With the tournament black, the 5 and the 13 are a light purple, which can throw you off a little bit, but you know, you play a few games with these balls and then you kind of get used to it. But still, the 2, 8, and the 10 can be confusing. Now, side view here with pretty good lighting, we can see that the 10 does have blues, so it's easy to see that, and you can see the 8. But from the overheads, it can be tough to identify. Okay, so we've got the 6 ball. Looks like he's just going to pull back a little bit. He
Just bumped it over to the rail.
On that rail. Maybe he should have popped it more if he had that much angle on it. So he bounce off the rail. Excuse me.
What's he gonna do here? Comes straight
that
down.
ball is pretty deep.
Deep.
I don't know if you can hit half that ball.
He missed it entirely.
Yeah, that's a real easy ball to miss. These pockets are actually, the shelves are pretty deep. The pocket size, I think it's 4 1/4.
4 1/4 inches. What would that be in centimeters?
I believe it's 4 1/4. These Diamond Pro-Am tables, they come in multiple pocket sizes. You can use the Pro Cut, which is 4 1/2. That's a standard. That's the most common size pocket. And then they have a League Cut, which is actually a bigger pocket, which I think does a disservice to League. Although maybe, you know,
A little more generous.
it's a little bit more generous. I believe they're using the custom cut corners on this one, which is 4 1/4. They do also have a 4 1/8, which is deadly. A lot of people think that the size of the pocket opening is what makes the table difficult, but it's actually the shelf. How far past the point does the ball need to go before it actually falls into the hole, before gravity takes over? You can have really wide pockets, but if it's a really deep shelf, you can get what we call the jiggle. Hits the corner of the pocket, inside corner of the pocket, just bounces back and forth without actually going in. And then to shoot that ball, you have to actually get the keyboard to go past the point, entry points of the pocket, and draw it out. So that's where the difficulties lie. I remember playing on a Goldeneye table that had a ridiculously deep shelf. It had, I think, like a ball and a half of shelf, which it just made playing very. You could hit that pocket accurately, but if you put too much speed on it, it would just bounce back and forth across the pocket. Okay, controlled the ball this time. He's pulling back for the 1 ball. It seems to be a tactic that a lot of players are using these days, using a controlled break rather than trying to smash them up. And then pulling the cue ball back a little bit because the 1 ball has a tendency to come backwards. So now he's going to shoot the 1 and just a little bit of a stun shot to just
Stay down on that bottom rail.
Why
Stunned
did
a
he
little
go
too
close?
much.
Yeah, I think he didn't need to pull it quite. Where's the 3? The 3 is by the side pocket, yes?
Yes.
That's 3? Yeah. I don't know if he needed to draw that. I don't know if he wanted to have as much of an angle. He could have just stunned towards, I think. But, you know what? He's a shot maker, so I guess he's just going to go for it. The 4 is, which one again now? The
3.
The pink one?
Pink 4 and then purple 5.
He can stop and have an angle that draws back to the rail, or it can go forward. And it looks like he's going to drift forward. He's not quite straight, so he's going to have to slight stun this ball. He's just going to draw it back just a little bit. Nice, little less than a medium stroke. Just a nice soft stroke, enough to get the ball to the pocket. Make sure to keep some draw on there, to keep the cue ball around where it is. He doesn't want to be jacked up over the 10. Okay. He really didn't want to be jacked up over the 10, so he went into the side rail to come back out.
This
Now
looks like
looks
just
like
a touch of draw.
Yeah, just basically a stop shot on that 5 ball to stop for the 6, but that would put him a little bit straight maybe. That 7 ball, does it go by the 8? Looks like it does. Here's the stop.
He's been looking at it like it does.
So depending
Unless
on
he chooses
the
to
angle
slide
here,
down here and play the 7 in the upper left-hand corner.
yeah, he might be able to slide
Yep,
down to the middle of the table, or if it's too straight, he
Yep,
might go
that's
to
what
the
he's looking
side
at.
rail and back out. It's kind of hard to tell. He has a slight angle, so with a little bit of a draw, he can stay in the middle of the table to shoot the 7. Is he queuing high on that?
He was pointing at
Oh.
the first rail. He got
That
the
is-
diamond, but wow.
I guess the 7 didn't go by the 8.
No, it looked like he was
because-
eyeballing that third diamond, and I think he just wanted to slide down and play the 7 in that corner. But now he's got a shot for the side.
Okay, so
Got to
we're
readjust here.
We're starting to see a little bit of his style. It's a little bit aggressive. I would have stayed towards the middle of the table. That would have given me a higher percentage chance of being able to see the 7 ball. Is he righty or a lefty? He's a lefty, right?
He's the lefty.
So he's going to have to bring out the rake.
He's playing with the bridge.
Right-handed player, no problem on this shot. Just reach over the table. Wait, is he a right-handy?
No, he's a lefty, but he's playing right-handed with the bridge here.
Let me go back to the player stats, because I have forgotten one of them is a lefty.
It's showing him left here.
Okay, IGNACIO is the right-handed player. Sugiyama is the left-handed player.
But
So-
apparently he bridges with his right.
Yeah, so apparently he uses the rake, old school term, with his right hand. Not unusual. Very close.
Well, he got it.
Very nice shot. Okay, so
3-0.
it's a nice break and run. Okay, you see how he places the balls at the end of the rail. One, balls from the sides, putting them in as much as possible. So this gives you randomized rack. Back in the day, you didn't have this kind of place the balls where you wanted to. So, there were players, and it was 9 ball, one less ball. So it was fairly common for players to put the balls in specific areas to make it a bit easier to win out. You can't really do that quite that much in these tournaments with the way they're having the rack. He's got a nice long set. Bringing the cue ball
Again, he's
back
bringing the
again.
cue ball all the way back.
And it looks like he's got a straight shot to the corner, drift forward for the 2 on the side. 7 ball is blocking the corner pocket on the bottom right hand of the screen. So look at that. So he's looking at the 2 on the side. So do you just drift this in, or do you just do a stunt shot with a nice control and speed?
Depends on
Players-
how straight you are. Oh, he is straighter than I thought. Okay.
Player's choice. There's so many different ways to control the cue ball. Okay, he did a nice shot with the stun. Very nicely done. Now, we've got the 2 on the side, the 4 in the corner. That would be the purple ball, right? Right up here.
Nope, that's the 5.
That's the 5. Okay.
Yep. Pink 4. Okay.
Pink 4. I think it goes by the 6. He was looking at it.
It
just a
does
while
look
ago.
like it
Looks
goes.
by the 6. Drift down towards the middle of the table.
Again, nice stun shot there.
He does do quite a bit of stunts. He seems to be an aggressive player. He doesn't like to baby the balls. Just like we saw with 1 ball, there were a lot of players that would just tap that,
Drift.
roll it in, and get the cue ball to drift forward. But he seems to understand how to control the cue ball. That is a nice shot. Don't get too high up there.
Hold on, don't do it to him. Pretty brutal.
That is a brutal roll. How do you do this? 2 rails around the corner. Try to thin the 4. Is a 3-railer an option? No.
Nope, doesn't look like it.
Not much. Actually, you might be able to miss it, but that's a.
That's a long one.
If you're a 3-cushion
Play it
player,
short.
which 3-cushion is very confident Japan, you might opt for the 3-cushion shot.
Oh, look at this.
And he's going.
No, he's
for
going 2 rails long way.
He's going 2 rails long way, which is also common to do in a 3-cushion.
Or 3, perhaps, because it looked like he
Look
might have
at
called
this.
the.
Did he call it?
He did not call it.
He did not call it. Oh, that
He-
is a shame.
It looked like he may have called that for the side pocket, thinking that he might come up behind it.
Okay,
So,
in
finally,
this, in
we
this,
see
in this
Jeffrey
position,
Ignacio.
You didn't call a ball.
Correct.
The ball went in.
Mhm.
The incoming player, does he have the option to pass the table back?
He has the choice to pass. Yes,
Okay, so he has the option to pass the table back.
if
What will
he'd
he
ended
do?
up in a safe spot. But
So
here he's.
I'd say thin the 6, pocket the 9, and have a shot on the 6. Or just cut it in. Okay, couldn't tell. I thought it was a really sharp cut on that, but apparently not. This is, well,
Yeah, so
this is
Oh.
a clinic here. This just stop. Or draw. Whatever you want to do. That
first
9
down.
ball's-
9
9
ball
ball's-
is in the pocket, but
It's in
has
the
a.
pocket,
It's
yeah.
pretty far up. He's got options.
Well, he's got so many options. He can cut it on the left, go straight into it, cut it on the right.
Just
table
comes
on
up the bottom
right,
rail.
Just come up.
Not as far as he wanted.
And a little bit short, but you know,
Still
this
had
is,
some forward roll.
Yeah, this is a pretty common shot. We end up with this kind of shot quite a bit. We used to call this Tom shape.
That is Tom shape.
Shout out to Tom Payne, who we played with on a team in the league. Tended to end up on that kind of shot at 9.9 quite a bit, so we started calling it Tom shape.
We never worried about it.
No, never worried about it. Maybe every single time. Okay, so the 1 ball goes
Alright,
up.
so
Outer
we
balls go
are
in.
at 3-1.
3-1 already.
Sugiyama and Jeffrey Ignacio racking and preparing to break.
I miss the old days where racking was part of the strategy. You would rack for your opponent, because we used to watch.
Well, maybe not.
We used to watch. Oh, are we on commercial? I think we still actually. I think we still have audio even during commercial. We used to have players. We used to watch the players. We'd rack the balls a certain way and watch how the player breaks. and
Watch
see
where the balls end up.
and see where the balls end up when we're racking for the opponent. And then, depending on how the ball's laid out, we would try to rack the balls in a certain order so that it would make it tough at the beginning or tough at the end to try to maximize our chance to get back to the table. You know, that was all part and parcel of the strategy of the game. It started with the rack.
Okay, nice
Nowadays,
safety
that's
there.
all gone.
Leaving a pretty easy 1 or 2 rail. I'm wondering if he will just, if he'll call this. It looks like he's going to try and play it in the bottom right hand
I'm going to see if I
corner.
can find our stream. Show page, round table 4. It's very difficult for us to kind of.
Nice
We
safety.
don't know. Oh, that was a great safety. Did he leave room to go by the 7?
May have to bend it a little bit to kick.
He might have to kind of half miss it. Oh no, I guess he has enough room to spin it across.
Oh,
Nice shot. Okay. Well, at least he left it long. If you're going to leave your opponent something he can see, leave it long. In a normal playing around situation, this type of shot, normally not a problem. But if you're in a major tournament, you're playing the Japan Open, there's some pressure. Pressure can get to the players. And what did they call this? The All Japan Open International Tournament, right? Isn't that what it said? Because it is kind of international. It's not just the Japan players. We've got players from the Philippines. We've got players from
Still the Japan Open.
It's still the Japan Open, but it's an all Japan. It's an all Japan international.
Hey, he's
That
playing the
is-
safety bat. Oh, trying to lock it up on that 7-ball.
Okay, I'm gonna have to see if I can find his stats because there are some players that where's the
That was a very nice safety.
well, I've got on Form Stars, I've got stats for Jeffrey, but I do not have stats for Sugiyama. But
He got a good hit, and did not quite lock it up. He left it.
Well,
Looks like he can see it.
you know, some things never change, and playing safety against the player from the Philippines is almost a futile effort, act of desperation. They can kick the ball so well. I'm gonna show my age, but we're gonna go back to the Jose Perica days, and of course Efren Reyes, who played a little bit longer. But yeah, Filipino players can really kick at those balls. Goes by, where's the next ball? Is that the 3?
Yep,
So he's
he's got
calling the corner pocket. Looks like it goes by
3
the
ball,
8,
but then the pink 4 is way up at the top by the 7.
and he has the wrong angle to get.
Oh, he's looking at a 3-ball combination.
Well, that would
What
leave,
else do you do?
well, that would leave the 3 ball to the right side or the upper side of the screen, and he would have a shot on it. Yes, because he's hitting
The
that.
10.
Yes, the 10. Oh, he's playing the 10.
He's playing the 3-ball
Okay, see,
combination for the 10.
See, there we go again. I'm getting
Wow, and nailed it.
Awesome shot. Okay, was for balls to stop. And the score is
4-1 in favor of Kohki Sugiyama. Well, you mentioned that his round of 32 match that finished last night was a double hill thriller.
Who's
Sugiyama.
Sugiyama?
Sugiyama was playing Matsumura last night
That's
in
right, because IGNACIO
Ikebukuro.
hasn't had a challenge yet.
That's correct.
9-6
Yeah.
was his closest
But
match.
Sugiyama's match last night was a double hill thriller, and I watched his last out. It was hard. It was gutsy. He played some very difficult shots in the course of that last out, and didn't look like he
Nice
was
long
particularly
set.
stressed about
Look
it.
at how long he sets on that ball before he breaks.
Again, cue ball's coming back a good bit. He's getting some
You
draw
might
off.
want to hit a little bit closer to center.
Oof. He's very lucky to be able to see that 1 ball.
Did a ball go? Looks like the 9 ball has gone. Okay, so we've got the 1 ball. What do you do with the 2? 3 is kind of in the way. Go take a look at it. Oh, he's looking at this ball already. So soon. Why?
I think he's looking at if he bumps it, where's the 6 gonna go? If he bumps it down.
Well, he should be wondering what he's going to be doing with the 2 ball. If he bumps it and he stays there,
Whoa!
was he looking to play safe? If he was,
It's hard to believe.
I am flabbergasted. I'm not quite sure. I
My
understand.
guess is that he was trying to cut it in and then come off the top of the 6 ball and keep the cue ball up table.
To bring it across for the 2
Yeah,
upper right corner.
but wow.
That's pretty aggressive. Okay, is the 3 going to get in the way?
No, it's not.
Okay, this is an open table except for that.
5.
Is that the 5?
Nope, 4.
That's a
4, 8.
4-8 is tied up, so he's looking at it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and play the pawn. Looks like he's going to go 1 rail up and then back out for the 2. Okay. Wanted an angle, but that was a little bit too much of an angle. Still, he gets him across to the 3 ball. But what kind of angle do you want on that 3 ball? Do you want to be able to come back to about the first diamond on the upper left-hand side to bump into the 8 ball? Or are you going to play it safe after those 2 balls? Let's see what kind of shape he gets on the 3.
I think the safety may make more sense. It doesn't look like the combo is there.
And that's a little
Well,
bit
it's
too
pretty
sharp.
steep.
It's a pretty steep angle for him to get bumped the 4-8. Now, you have a choice. You can play safe here. You can 3-rail that 3 ball out, leave the cue ball on the end rail. Or you go ahead and cut it in, go 3 rails around and get down table to where you can see the form, clip the form, move the 8 and take the cue ball back up table. Or you can come across. He's just gonna come across. Oh no, he tried the safe. Tried the safe. It didn't quite work.
And there we see.
Wait,
He's.
no. Did he call that ball? He's still at the table.
I think IGNACIO may have given it back to him.
Oh, gave it back to him. Okay. Alright. But so yeah, he did try the safety option to bring the 3 balls around to the end of the table and leave the cue ball up high. But he hit it a little bit. He hit it a little bit thin, I think. Okay. Off the end rail, spin into the 4, hopefully just clipping it so that it taps the 8. And he didn't want to bring it out, but that's okay because the 8 ball is kind of in the way. And he did put some distance on it. What to do here?
And that side pocket gets in play if he tries to cut down.
I don't even think it goes by the 8.
I don't think it does either.
This looks like a safety opportunity where you can 2-rail that 4 ball, side rail, end rail, 3 rails if you count the other rail to hide it behind the other one. So the cue ball behind the 7
Yep,
and
that
10.
looks like what he's doing. Playing. Look at that.
Oh,
Playing it
too
right
far.
behind.
Too far. Okay. I guess that's okay. You didn't quite make the 3rd rail with the 4 ball. That's okay.
Ah, he's got a 1 rail and he's calling that side pocket
Good slip and
on
kick.
the bottom of your screen. Kick, yes. It's like just a 1 rail kick.
And he wants to hit it on, as we're looking, on the left-hand side, so that the cue ball stays down to the left if he misses, and the 4 ball goes up table.
Little 10, and he did not call that one. Okay.
Did not call that pocket. Okay. 4 ball cheat the pocket. Just drift out for that 5. You want to be either fairly straight or out to the left a little bit so you can have control to get to the 6 ball. You don't want to be too close to the rail and have an angle going towards the 10-7. So there you go. Come on out.
Beautiful.
So
Good control.
you could straight draw this, but looks like
I think he's going to go off the rail. But what is he going to want to do with the 7? Ooh.
Does the 7 go by the 8? It's hard to tell. Is he going to try to come back down and shoot 7 on the side? I don't know. Looks like it might go. It's kind of finicky. He's looking at coming to the rail. He's got enough.
May even choose to come all the way below it.
Wait a
Can't
minute.
tell.
Is he shooting right-handed? Yeah, he did come to the rail. Back out.
Yeah, he's the righty.
Ignacio?
Mhm.
They need to put flags or something on their shirt so I can tell them. Or, you know, if I wasn't so bold, maybe I could just pay attention. Okay.
I wasn't going to say it.
7 on the screen, lower right hand corner pocket. And just stun the ball. Kick it towards. Come on back out towards the
Ooh,
middle
he
table.
used every bit of that pocket.
Okay. choice here depending on your angle. You can come straight across off the 8 and shoot the 10 in the same corner pocket, or you can try to cinch it, just kind of spin off the rail and shoot the 10 in the opposite corner. I opt to go across. It's you don't have to do as much with the cue ball. And we have a score of
4-2.
Let's see if I can get stream.
One nice thing about the stream here is they do have the score line at the top. You see Sugiyama won the first 3 games. IGNACIO won the 4th, and Sugiyama the 5th, so we are at 4-2.
Why can't I get the stream to go?
Oh, so moment for our sponsors here. Adam Japan is one of the title sponsors of the Japan Open.
Oh. I don't know how
We're
much.
not sure. We're not sure why our delay is here. So.
Yeah, I wish it would give us a notice on when the delay is going to be for the commercials and such. We have a lot of sponsors here that we need to get to. Adam Japan. I've had an Adam's Cube. You had an Adam's Cube?
I've played with Adam.
I actually still have an Adam's Cube. 3-cushion cube, actually. This whole thing is brought to you with New Art, Living with Billiards. Of course, we've got sponsorship by Diamond Tables. This is the
New
third.
Art provides the tables.
This is nice jump shot. This is the 3rd year that they've sponsored.
That they've used, yeah, that they've used these diamond tables.
The finals. I say the 3rd year, but 3 years ago was the first one in 2 years because of the.
Did have a little break.
We did have a little break. COVID issue. Yeah, he wasn't.
Oh, he's warming. He's.
just.
It looks like Ignacio's taking a break. Okay.
Because he got awfully casual with that right-handed shot there. He just switched hands and shot at it. I can't get the stream to load.
So yeah, good time to talk about those diamond tables.
Why don't you tell us about the diamond tables? Or should I? Do they still do voice while it's doing commercials?
Don't believe we're on commercial now.
So anyway, this is the 3rd year that Diamond Tables has provided the tables for this particular tournament. I actually like the Diamond tables. I think the first time that I played on a Diamond table was back in 1990. When did Fox and Hound open?
Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah, no, a little later than that. That might have been 95, 96.
96, yeah.
Were we married yet?
No, maybe. Could have been. Yeah, so we heard, oh, they're using diamond tails. We're like, oh, diamond tails, what are those? And there was a location near us called Fox and Hound, which used exclusively diamond tables. And they are nice, solid tables. They play well, they sound good. I don't know how many people listen to the sounds of the tables, but I tend to listen to the sounds of the tables, not just the way the balls roll, the way they land, the way they hit the pocket. There's something about those sounds that can kind of put you into the frame of mind. And diamond tables is one of those tables that live for me. Almost as much as Gold Crown. But then again, I'm an old fogey, so of the things that they do differently for these diamond tables here in Japan is they actually set them up a little bit lower. They set them up a little bit lower than we would do in, say, for example, in the U.S. I remember walking up to a diamond table here at this tournament 3 years ago, and I thought I had grown a couple of inches because it hit my leg in the wrong place. When I was leaning
I'm
against
wearing
the
different
table.
shoes? No?
Yeah, am I wearing platforms? What happened? But no, it's just that they're set up a little bit shorter. What was it? What did they say? 5 centimeters or something like that?
Yeah, which is about almost 2 inches, right?
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
That was a good touch little shot
Yeah.
there from Ignacio.
A little bit more about these diamond tables. So the Diamond Company was founded by a small company in 1987 by a few players in Louisville, Kentucky. You know who's from Kentucky? Nick Varner.
Nick Varner.
There you go. So their idea was to make a table that would surpass the others in terms of quality of, high quality craftsmanship. Trying to set the standard for play in domestic and international tournaments, and here we are. They use them for domestic tournaments. They use them for international tournaments. They provided tables for more than 1,000 events across the world, including the U.S. Open, the Derby City Classic, which, if you're into billiards or pocket billiards or pool, you know about these. And they're also, believe it or not, fairly well known in Japan. The Diamond's main product right now is called the Pro-Am table, which is the table that we're using here at the Japan Open. Now, previously, the slates that
He chose to bank that ball instead of cutting it. Just a good.
Previously, the slates that they use were from Italy and Brazil, but I think now they use exclusively the slates from Brazil, and they're about 1 inch thick. And for the 9-foot tables, you can choose either a 1 slate or a 3-piece slate. For the Japan Open, they're using a single slate.
They've chosen to use one piece slate.
A single large slate as the bedrock.
That's got to be heavy.
That is some heaviness there. I remember working at a pool hall and moving tables and so forth, and the 3-piece was so much easier to move, and even then, those were heavy.
Let's see what he's going to do here. How's he going to play safe? He did not get there.
I think it's tough enough. When you're playing safety, the objective of the safety is not really to get ball in hand, right?
No.
The objective of the safety is to give yourself a pretty good chance to get back to the table. And I think he gave himself a pretty good chance to get back to the table here.
But he did leave him an open cut.
Yes. And
not easy.
Not easy. But, one thing I've learned in Japan playing against Japanese players is they love these down-the-rail cuts.
Cut it up the rail all day long.
Yep. Nice long set. He really takes his time on that. Oh, and the shelf got him. Shelf got him.
I saw that. Looked like it was sliding up the rail pretty well.
Well, he did hit the left side of the pocket, which kind of helps for the jiggle. But still, these are pretty straight cut, aren't they?
He's going rail first.
The rail first to bring the ball
nice
down
speed.
the table.
Good control there.
7, draw back, 8 in the corner. Depending on the angle, probably just stun across and shoot the 10 in the same pocket as the 7. If he's got the wrong angle, then he can draw and shoot the 10 in the same pocket as the 8. And slow down. There we go. Okay, so here we have a stun shot.
He has a choice here.
No, he's just a stun shot. Just cut the 8 in the corner and let the cue ball drift to the right. Maybe go forward. No. Okay, he's going to go the rail first. He had more angle than I could see. Don't take any chances by cinching the ball. Just pocket it and keep going.
Took advantage of that mistake
Yeah,
by Sugiyama.
His sets are a little bit shorter when the shots are quote unquote simple.
We are tightening up a little bit. We have a 4-3 match. Sugiyama with 4 and Jeffrey IGNACIO with 3.
I am trying to load our stream here. Just doesn't seem to. Do you have your stream on there? I wonder what the delay is. Can you hear the sound on that? See where our voice is in terms of timing? That might give us an idea of what kind of delay we have. So we are actually broadcasting from way in the back in this tournament hall, so we can't actually see the tables or the forum or the audience or anything like that. So we have to kind of go off of the cues of what we hear from the other announcers in the other room. Are you, what? Do you have the speed set up high? How much of a delay do we have on the audio? We're on the 8 ball of the last game, according to the stream. Okay, so about a 1 minute delay. So when they start the commercial, we have a minute to keep talking. Right? Yeah. Now it's on commercial. Okay. So we are in a back room, and in the room next to us, they are doing the commentary in Japanese. And every now and then I kind of have to listen in to see what they're talking about, if they know when the commercial breaks are. But I don't hear them going to commercial breaks on their. They're just continuing to keep to talk over there.
Yeah.
All right, what do we have here? So we have Sugiyama. The only reason I can tell is because he's got a glove on his right hand. He's walking around. He's got the that 2-ball looks a little tricky. I don't know if you want to. Can it go? It can't go between there. Is he going to pull back and try to get to the side rail down on the bottom of the screen here? Looks like he might be. Nice long set. He did try to get to the side rail. It didn't quite work out for him. So he got shape on the 2-ball, right? That's when you say no. That's because.
That's not shape.
What is it?
That's not shape. That's leave.
That's leave. Yes, because for it to be shape, you have to be the one still shooting. Okay, so a little tricky. You don't want to clip that 9-ball. You don't want to foul. Do you want to go to the rail and around, or do you want to pull back? That is a great shot. He pulled back. Now he's on the 50-yard line. If he stopped shorter, he could have shot it in the corner. A little more speed, he might have been able to bounce off and shoot the 2-ball into the side pocket. But here, just cut it into the corner. That's the 2-ball, right?
Yeah.
He's going up here, right? Or is he going there? Because that's, see, these are the 2-balls.
This is the 3
right,
up here, yeah.
Three is
So
on table.
it looks like he's going for the side pocket, though.
Okay, all right.
Just play it off the
Right. He must have thought that the percentages of shooting to the side was better than the corner, and accepting the shape on the 3-ball on the end rail. If the 3-ball is frozen to the rail, it might be a little bit more doable. But I see shadow.
I don't think it's frozen.
I don't think it's frozen either. I do see shadow. I think he should be able to handle this. There he goes. bump the 7. Bump it. Okay. Now, he's a little jacked up and straight on this one. Does he have enough angle to go to the end rail and 2 cushion around and out for the 5? Or does
It
he
looks
pull
pretty
back?
straight.
It does look pretty straight, doesn't it? This is a little tricky. Now, you have choices. Do you want to try to run out or you want to play safe? You could always play the 4, just draw back, bank the 5 ball out from there, and leave
Yeah,
the
pull
cue
him up.
ball up on the 7, which
Yep.
is probably what he's going to do. But you want
It's
to
touchy.
be careful. It is a little bit touchy. Now, this might have to be a soft safe where you just bounce the 5 ball to just go past the 7 and let the cue ball come off the rail and nestle up on the 7 ball.
Rather than trying to
Move it away
use
from
stop.
it. Yeah. It's a matter of choice, what you're comfortable
Bottom
with.
right.
Yep,
Yep.
soft. Oh, no. Oh.
Quite a bit of room there.
A little bit thicker, I think, would have been better, because then that would have brought the 5 ball closer to the 7, just to the other side, and you could leave the cue ball between the rail and the 7. Here, you're giving your opponent a chance to get to that ball, so you're not maximizing your chance of getting back to the table, which of course is the objective of the safety, to maximize your chance of getting back to the table. So, he's going to try. He didn't call a pocket, did he? There you go. See? No, slow down. Okay, you can see the ball. Not quite what he wanted. Very close. Still a long shot.
It's a little difficult to see how much he can see of that.
I think he can see enough of the 5 ball to actually hit it. I think it looks like he has enough room.
He may have room to make it.
Yeah, I think he's got enough room to cut it in. Or not. It looks like he's going.
Oh, he's considering the kick.
He's going 1 rail. 2 rails?
And he missed it.
I'm a little surprised.
Moves the 9 into a less advantageous position, but this is
5
by no
ball
means
corner pocket.
difficult.
Give yourself an angle. Just bring the cue ball towards the center of the pocket. Oh, he's sitting up awfully straight. Is he going to draw back 1 rail? I guess he's drawing back.
He likes to draw back off the rail. We've seen that already.
I actually kind of like it too, because you know you're not going to scratch.
And you're going into the zone.
And you're going in the middle of the zone, so you stay in position a lot longer. Let's see how he does. Okay, he's making it even straighter. Yep, okay. Draw to the side rail, just a touch of left in there to help the angle. Now he wants to have an angle so that he can get to the 9. Didn't want to be straight on that one.
That's not as much angle as I would like.
I think he's got enough.
Got
he's going to stun off the side rail and back out to the other side. Through the middle of the table.
Come on, get to the center.
He wanted to get past the center, but that's still okay. Cut it in. 2 rails. Back and forth. You could do 1 rail back across, but I would prefer 2 because I don't want to baby this kind of a shot. 1, 2, and there you go.
Undercut it and got away with it.
He was a little bit iffy on that one. He didn't set as long as he usually does on that angle. See, nice long set. He's got a nice smooth drawback. I think, from a personal perspective though, I think he comes out of that backstroke a little bit abruptly. But his transition is smooth, so it's okay. All right, what's our score?
All right, we have 5-3.
I can see the 5, but I can't see the 3. I wish they would have that scoreboard up on the screen to where we can see it. Nice long set. And the cue ball following that 1 ball back up there once
And
again.
the 1 ball is
Stay
not
1.
gonna go. Okay. 2 ball is down near the rack.
2 ball is down by the 6 ball. 2 choices. You can go end rail, ball, side rail to come towards the 2. Or you can go straight to the 1 and then off the rail with a left hand spin to try to help the angle towards the 2. Basically, you're traversing a path between the 6 and the 8 to get to that 2.
He's looking at coming down, yeah, between the rail and the 8 ball.
Well, between the rail and the 8 ball?
That's what he was looking at.
Well, I guess he wants a lot of angle to get back to the 3, which is up here. The last thing you want to do is have a draw angle into the 6. But if you leave yourself enough of an angle, you can go from the 2 past the 6 to the side rail and come back out for the 3. So he's going to go ball first, looks like. He's going rail first.
No, ball first, and he tried to draw it.
Why?
I'm not sure.
did
Look
he
at
do
that spin.
I think he mishit that. I think he wanted to hit more on the left-hand
On the left-hand side and come straight down.
See,
That's an interesting choice.
well, I see this a lot with Japanese players, where when the ball is in the pocket, they tend to want to draw the ball out, which is not necessarily a good thing. You could have just used a rail to control the cue ball out of there. Now he's got to thin this ball for a safe.
He called it in the top pocket. He
Top
did not
pocket?
call. He called it in the top. Sorry, bottom right-hand corner pocket,
Well,
and he made it in the side. So
yeah, I don't think he's going to pass this one
it
back.
turns back to Ignacio.
It goes back to Ignacio. And 3 ball, it looks like it is on the rail. So he's kind of jacked over that. Is he jacked over that 10? If he's not jacked over that 10 and he's fairly straight, he can just stun, basically stop shot and bounce off the rail and shoot the 4 in the side pocket. It looks like he's going to follow. He's queuing lower. He's going to try to stun him. Don't get behind the 5. Oh, did he get a good bump?
I think he can see it,
I
but
think
it's
he
not
did.
ideal.
Why wouldn't it be ideal? You have a shot on the ball and you keep going. That's ideal. If the cue ball
As long
doesn't
as
go,
you'd be happy with it.
if the cue ball doesn't go exactly where you want, it goes to someplace just as good. All right, so I don't think you want to fiddle with a whole lot of spin and try to hold the angle off the rail. I think you might want to go forward, kind of 2 rails, 3 rails, out for the 5 in the same pocket.
Just like that.
Now, keeping an angle on the 6. Okay.
10.
Keeping an angle. Now, how do you want to be able to get to the 7? Do you want to play shape on the 7 on the left-hand side or the right-hand side?
I'd want to be on the right. I don't want to mess with that.
Slow down.
I don't want to mess with the 10 ball,
That's a bit much.
and I want to stay on the top from this angle, the top side of the screen.
Can he miss the side
28.
pocket? If you can miss the side pocket, you can 1 rail out.
And hold it thin.
And get to the upper left-hand side there.
I think
to
he
shoot
can.
the 7 in.
He's got a good touch here.
Or
Or just go 3 rails around. Very nice.
And what kind of angle do we have? Upper camera, thank you very much. Looks kind of straight. I don't know if you can get to the end rail and
Oh, yes.
bounce up.
Oh yeah,
Can he?
Yeah.
Okay. End rail, bounce up.
2 rails.
And this
So on the 50 here, is he going to try and draw?
it's going to be a draw. He'll come out towards the left side of the screen. Well, from his perspective, the cue ball will go to the right, coming back. Just like that.
Come on.
This is basically a standard shot at this level. Just a matter of bearing it down. Go to the in rail, side rail. Make sure not to scratch. And he's in a good position.
Okay. A little quick on it.
Okay. And what's our score?
All right, we are at
5-4.
5-4. Sugiyama. With Ignacio coming up to break.
Ignacio 4, Sugiyama 5. So we're into a match now.
This is a race to 8 for this final day of the Japan Open.
Oh,
This
it's
is
not
the round
9.
of 16. No, it's not 9. It was 9 yesterday. They played race to 9 all the way up through the round of 32.
That's all. He's got an extension on his key for that. That's a long shot.
What's that?
I'm sorry. I was looking at a different table.
We could look at our other score lines here. We have some good matches going on in this round of 16.
See how he breaks. Lines up. Yeah, nowadays everybody breaks like a diamond or so.
Oh,
off
right
the
into
middle.
the side pocket. Scratch on the break.
Scratch. Alright, I'm gonna look up some stats
We had
on Ignacio here. I'm looking on Form Stars, which unfortunately I do not have any stats for Sugiyama, but I do have some stats for Ignacio. Technical skill pocketing percentage is 97.01, which is pretty good. Runouts, they have it as 20.71. That's like 1 out of 5. I don't think that's right. I don't know how they're calculating this.
May have seen that match just next to them end. That was on table number 3. That was a win by Aoi Kanazawa over Kohki Tojo, 8-4. So we have our first quarterfinalist, Aoi Kanazawa.
Some more technical stats on Jeffrey Ignacio. Break shot quality 51%. I don't know how they measure this. Ratio of successful break shots to total number of break shot attempts. Break shot is successful if at least one ball was pocketed, the player's inning continue. They rate his safety shots quality at 52.5%. Position play is rated at 2.56. 2.56 out of what? Out of 3. Okay.
Nice little touch shot here. Just stun up from the 8 ball to the 9.
Stun or shoot it in the side?
Stun. He's got an angle.
It's got an angle?
Yep.
Okay. Good. Towards the middle of the table.
Pretty straight.
If you have a choice, getting towards the center of the table is always a good thing. Yeah, this is just a drawback.
Again, he's a lefty, so he's going to use the extension on his cue here.
Extension on his cue.
He's got to reach over over the 10 ball. Oof.
See, this is where
That's touchy.
as a right-hander, I'm looking at that going, oh, that's simple. But then, left-hander.
Oh, great. He did have the screw there. Okay. And he's just leaving the extension on his cue to shoot this one.
I've done that quite a few times.
If you're comfortable with it, sure.
Yeah, I mean, why break your rhythm?
He's got the momentum right now.
Yeah. Okay.
And with that, he's up 6-4.
This is so far for Ignacio. This is the tightest match that he's had. As we mentioned before, his previous match His closest one was 96.
Let's see, in other matches right now we have, what's going on? A couple of tight matches. Then Sung Hong 5-1 over Kobayashi. There's a surprise.
Who against who?
Lin Sun Hong, Chinese Taipei, is up 5-1 over Toru Kuribayashi.
Over Kuririn?
Yep.
Wow, Kuribayashi.
That's tough.
That's tough. That's tough. I played Kuribayashi once before in the Japan Open, and
You didn't see the table a lot,
I didn't
did you?
see the table in like 8 racks. He got the opening break, and next thing I knew, it was 8-0. I tried changing up my play so that if I ever got to the table, I would play safe and try to throw him off. But you know what? I never did get a chance to do anything. He's a tough
That
player.
was a safety attempt that didn't pan out for him.
Well, it left the opponent a tough shot, so your opponent has a choice here to try to do something or play safe. So
I think he goes for the bank end, if he can see it. But you can see all of it. Right?
percentage shot, I didn't see him call a pocket.
Oh, I didn't either.
He's playing it safe. He's trying to get up on
He
that
tried.
2-ball, but I
That's
think
not
he
what
hit
he
that,
wanted.
I think he hit that a little bit too firm or too full. I would say too full. A thinner cut would have brought that 1 ball a little bit straighter across.
Further in.
Rather than letting it go too far down.
The problem also is turning loose the cue ball, letting it out behind the 2.
Stop the cue ball. 2, where is the 4? 4 is by the side pocket, right?
Now, yeah, 4 is there, 5 is down on the bottom
this
rail.
Looks pretty open.
It does if he can get on the 8 in this. It's
Yeah, you just don't want to have an angle on the 4 that takes the cue ball to where it lays on the rail. You want to be able to get off the rail. Shoot that cleanly to get to the 5, so that's what he's done. He's
come off the rail, just drift down a little bit. Ooh, good bit actually. That's quite an angle.
All the way down? I don't think you want to cinch it and have an upper angle trying to get by those balls. I'd say he's going to go pretty far down the table.
Since 6 is by the pocket, I think.
Yeah, he's going to go pretty far down the table. There you go. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, good. He's straight.
Pretty straight, maybe a tiny inside angle.
Okay. So
Again,
just
here
look
he.
at getting to the side rail.
I think he's looking at going up, shooting the 6 ball from the rail. Yep.
There you
Nice stun.
go. Okay. Now for the 7 ball. Shoot the 6. Go 1 rail off the top rail with left to come out and shoot the 7 in the same corner.
Maybe second rail too.
You could take a second rail if you'd like.
And he would.
Get straight.
Got an angle. Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Come draw back towards the middle of the table.
I think he'll choose to play it off the side rail.
Off of which side rail? You think he's going to go forward?
Yep.
Does he have that much angle? He does have that much angle. Why do you put
He
right
killed
on
it.
that? Why do you put right on that? Okay, so there we go.
Oh, it does go in that corner, it looks like.
Well, dealer's choice.
At least he's looking at it like it does.
Yeah, this is another one where if you have enough angle, just go 1 rail and back out and shoot the end and say, oh, he did not have an angle.
Stunning.
Okay. It's another stun. Right in the corner. Just hold the cue ball there.
Or come back off the rail. Okay.
In the same corner. Nice long set.
Wow.
Okay.
He is feeling the momentum now,
7
and
to
he is on the
4.
hill at 7-4.
Oh.
Okay, what else is going on over
7
here?
to 4.
Oh, another match with a Filipino player here. We have another top 16 player is Antonio Lining from the Philippines playing Tang Qingqing from Chinese Taipei. And they are tied up at 4-4. We have
How did Linning do at these tournaments in the past?
Linning
Oh,
has
he won in 2014.
won,
He won in
once, and
2014.
also I think has been in the top 3 a few times.
Yep. Looking at the stats for the Japan Open, I see so many Philippine flags here. Jose Rica, 1989. Francisco Bustamante, 1992 winner.
Boosty won here at 92.
Busty won here in 92. Johnny Archer was a runner-up in 2000. Bustamante won again in 2002. Oh, Kaiser in 2002.
Ralph Suke.
Yep. Got runner-up. And then from 2005 to 2010, we have Reyes, Lining, Aguilayan, Okoyo, Gallego, Bustamante. This is why they also call this the Philippine Open,
Yes.
tongue-in-cheek, because we have a lot. Japan and the Philippines are so close together. It's just a few-hour flight. So they do get a lot of Philippine players coming to play in this Open. Oh, and Linning also won in. Okay, so Linning won 2006 and 2014. On the Japan player side from 2017, we got Naoyuki Oya got runner-up 2 years in a row, 17 and 18, and then he won in 2019, making the final circle 3 years.
3 years in a row.
That's a tough thing
In an
to
event
do.
like this.
That is a tough thing to do. Okay, so he's going to go rail first to try to cut this one ball in the corner. And that should take him kind of naturally down by the side pocket to try. Oh, wait a minute, where's the 2-ball? Oh, he doesn't want it to go that far. So he's going to play rail first.
Side pocket.
One.
See,
just enough to get it.
Did
just
he call
enough to
the?
get it. Huh?
Did he call the corner?
Yes, he called the corner.
And missed
Oh.
it. I've seen a lot of short kicks here. I'm wondering if these rails are playing a little tighter than they expect.
I don't know. I don't think he mirrored that because he should have been aiming here. He aimed here.
So Ignacio at the table is going just one rail, nice and soft.
Yeah, why taking chances? 2 ball on
Drift
the side,
down.
drift down forward. Play the 3 in the corner. Upper left-hand corner is off the screen right now. And 2 rails out for the 4-ball. Come on, here we go. He's got a little bit of a tricky angle on this 4-ball. I don't know if he's got enough to pop off the side rail, or if he's got just little enough to draw straight back. Maybe not. Draw straight back. Now for the 5-ball, this is basically a roadmap. Shoot the 5. You can stop. You don't have to do a whole lot with that cue ball. You can stop. You can drift.
If he's straight enough, he can stop here. Yeah, looks
He
like
wasn't
he's
straight
good.
enough, so he decided to take the extra rail. Not a bad idea.
And he has an angle here.
Does he? So.
Enough to go to the rail.
So he'll just draw back to this side of the table.
I'm thinking he goes forward. I could be wrong. I'm thinking he goes forward and goes
forward
across.
with some spin.
Nope.
No, he's gonna draw back.
He stunned it. Okay.
Once again, I was right.
Yes, dear.
What's the follow up to that?
You're absolutely right, dear.
Followed by
Anything you say, dear.
There you go.
What's his angle? Straight? Draw?
He's
I'm
got a
guessing.
little angle towards the right there. I don't know, I guess you can just draw and shoot the 10 in the upper left corner. Or you can stun draw and shoot it in the other corner. I think he's just gonna smooth draw it. There you go, just smooth draw it.
Do not try and get to the rail. Okay. No pressure here.
Are you sure? I mean, your opponent's on the hill. I think there's a little bit of pressure.
Ask him. All right, 7-5. Jeffrey
Okay.
Ignacio trying to hang on in this match with Sugiyama.
I predict a hill.
That's a bold prediction.
I'm gonna go out on a hill, on a limb. Predict a hill. Well, what is it right now? It's hill to 5.
7-5, Hill 5.
So he's
Gotta catch up.
he's
Two
gotta-
games to
he's gotta
catch up to Hill.
2 games. You know what? I think he can do it.
It's good to have confidence.
Okay. Breaking to stay in the match. Keep the cue ball on the table. Oh, okay. 9 ball in. Slow down 2.
Yes, shot on the 1.
And we have a wide open table. This just increases chances of getting to that hill by quite a bit. Okay, so the trick is to stay on that 2 ball. Shoot the 1 inside. I don't know if he has to go between the 3, 4 and around for the 2, or if he can just cinch the cue ball right there. I think cinching the cue ball right there worked. Yeah. A little bit of inside to kill the angle. That was very well done. I didn't know if you had enough to get to that, and apparently he did.
He's trying to see where he wants to be on the 3 to get to the
To that one.
4 or 5. Yes,
To
right.
that one. I'm just gonna point at it. I
Yep.
think that's the 4 ball. 1 wheel across.
We have.
Okay, he's gonna. Okay, he played it short.
Mm.
A lot of times on these types of shots, like the shot on the 2 ball, I like to take the extra rail and get to the second rail.
Twice I've seen him look down here.
But that's the 4 over here.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
he's good.
He's
Yeah, it's fine.
going around. Okay.
Yep.
He's
think
playing
he
3
was-
shots ahead. Good.
Yes.
Okay.
3 shots ahead. So he's looking at this. Now he's going to go to a rail and out for the 5 ball. He plays the angles well. He plays the zones pretty well. He knows where his zones are. A lot of players, they just say, I want my cue ball to go right here, without really looking at the zones. What is a zone? Well, a zone is basically a pie wedge shaped area where you could have your cue ball be in position for the next ball. And when it comes to the zone, if you're crossing the zone, you have to be really careful of your speed because you have a smaller distance in which to stop.
Especially at the narrow end of that wedge.
Especially at the narrow end of that wedge. If you stay in the wider end of that wedge, then you have a greater chance of staying in shape.
Now that was one of the bolder shots I've seen from him
Not
today.
really. It's kind of the type of play that I would have, because look at how big that zone is up there.
Exactly.
That's a
coming
huge
right into
zone.
it.
You're coming right into it. You're coming from the big end of the zone in the center line, going towards the shoulder end of the zone. So
Is he
here,
looking at drifting forward here to shoot the 7 in the top left corner?
I don't know. Does he have enough to pop off the side rail?
Don't believe so.
So you think he's going to roll down? Oh, he's going to hold for the 7 in the corner? That was a bad shot. If he was going to hold, he should have let it go forward a little bit more. He didn't
Looked like
like it.
he
You
stood
saw him-
up a little bit on it too.
Yeah, he didn't like it. You saw him tap the table. He's pointing at it. He's talking to the balls. He's talking to himself. He's saying, "What the heck did I just do?" Okay.
Now
all
what
right,
do I do
now
with it?
Now I'm just going to accept it. I'm just going to accept it. And chocolate like you. Well, okay. What am I accepting? Right. Shoot 7 in the corner. Do you draw to the side rail and back out to shoot the 8 in the side? Do you go forward, risk the scratch? I think he could draw to the side rail, but that makes the
He
shot a
draws
little
to
bit
the side
tougher.
rail. He's gonna
Makes the
have
shot
to
a little bit
avoid
tougher.
the
He might
10.
just go, yeah,
Avoid that 10. Get past it.
and he's okay. That was a good shot. What is it that Miz used to say? Turn out the lights, party's over. All good things must come to an end. 8 inside, stun the ball, and 10 in the corner, and we have.
Not
Well,
yet.
I'm not going to say it yet.
No.
Okay, yeah, we don't want to jinx
No
it.
commentator's curse here.
We don't want to jinx it.
There
we
we
go.
go.
And we have a
7-6.
7-6. And looks like a timeout.
Okay.
Looks like we're having a timeout.
Alright, each player does get a break if they need it. It gives us time to look at a couple other scores here.
Scores.
Oh, Antonio Leaning is up 6-4 now.
Okay. Well, while you're doing that, I'm gonna go back through some of the sponsors again because there's so many good sponsors in here. New Art has been putting on this tournament for a while now, and they've been doing a great job organizing these tournaments, getting diamond tables in here, and getting all these sponsors in here. So shout out to New Art for making these things happen. Especially, it was probably pretty tough to get it back going after the
After COVID, yeah.
after the what was it, a 2-year hiatus of the Japan Open, and then
2 years that Japan was basically closed for business.
Yeah, so Japan was not open. And getting all these sponsors in here, diamond tables, great tables to have. We're using as I mentioned earlier, the Pro-Am tables over here, founded in 1987, as I mentioned earlier. Louisville, Kentucky. I did not know that. I did not know they were from Louisville.
They're originally from Louisville, but I believe their headquarters and factories in Indianapolis, Indiana. They are still made in USA.
Okay. Well, still, great tables. Great tables. We're using the Pro-Am here. And these particular tables for this tournament, they're using the one-piece slate, not the sectional tables.
One-piece Brazilian slate instead of 3 separate pieces that have to be adjusted and leveled and readjusted. The 3-piece slates do give you some.
It's easier for taking apart and doing whatnot, but
Right.
putting them back together, getting them leveled, using the wax and scraping it down. Oh, I remember those days. That's a big pain in the patootie.
It's always impressive to see them here. We're at the we're located at the New Pier Hall in Takeshiba, Tokyo, Japan, and this is just kind of a convention center hall.
Yep.
It was a bare empty hall yesterday. They came in and set these tables up, and as the day goes on, they'll take them down.
Oh yes, they will. They'll move these tables right out, and they're pretty good at. They're very well organized.
Reset the arena for the semifinals and finals. We've got 2 rounds of matches this morning and early afternoon. This is again the round of 16 men's, and we will have the round of 8, the quarterfinals in the women's and the quarterfinals in the men's at the same time.
Okay. Looks like
All
we're
right.
back.
We're back.
Breaking
IGNACIO is breaking.
to stay in the match. This is to get to Hill. Keep the cue ball on the table. Okay. He opted for more of a power break. And it did not pay off. He did not get a ball to go down. Luckily, the one ball is not in an easy place, considering the 7 is kind of in the way. If you're feisty, you play the 1-7 combo. If you're more of a surgical and methodical player, you might try to play a safety here. Nothing wrong with a safety. If he could bounce that one ball, end rail and back out, and nestle the cue ball behind the 7, that would be a pretty ideal shot. What do you think he'll do here?
I think he's going to be aggressive and play the combo.
Well, you are on the hill. That does give you a one-game sort of a buffer to try to shoot your wad, but is he that aggressive of a player? Let's find out. Nice long set, lining it up. And
try for it.
Did he play a two-way? Not because if he was playing the combo, if he expected to make the combo, he's not hitting it at that speed because you want to stay for the one ball. So I think that was a case of I have not committed to this shot, which is always dangerous. Whenever you're playing a shot at pool, you have to commit to it. You have to decide, this is what I'm going to do. Otherwise, you're just spraying and praying, hitting and hoping. All right, one ball in the corner. Tough shot. Luckily, you don't have to do a whole lot with the cue ball to stay for the 2. And I must say, he did not lack any confidence addressing that ball. I don't think he needed to hit it quite that hard. I was maybe he was thinking if he misses it, he'll leave something tough.
Right.
But now getting to the 3 is going to be a little tricky. I don't know what angle he has on it. I don't know if he can get to the side rail above the side pocket and spin down for the 3. Or if he has an angle the other way to hit below the side pocket. If he has
a little bit of a cut to the left, then yeah, he's going to play it off that side. But it looks like he's hitting low on the ball. Let's see. Oh, playing safe.
Playing safe, playing smart, playing the percentages, but
not hiding it.
Not enough. He didn't get back behind the 9 ball. It's kind of tough on those types of shots because you can hit it thicker to guarantee that the 2 ball goes farther across the table to hide behind those balls, but then that leaves your cue ball out in the open. Or you can hit it thin to give your cue ball more of a chance to come out towards the middle of the table, but then that leaves the 2 ball a little bit higher towards the top of the screen there, and a little bit more in the open. So
I'm usually in favor of locking up the cue ball more than the object ball, but this gives Sugiyama a chance to play safe here.
2 ball, 1 rail and out past the 4, leave the cue ball below the 3.
Or 2 ball into the 3 and play the cue ball 2 rails up.
2 rails up. If you're going to do that, you might as well go 3. Okay. Well, it's a tester, that's for sure.
We're now at the table. Let's see what he does.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell from the angles, but he's cueing a little high and soft on this. Okay. 3 rails and out.
3, 2.
Oh, he didn't get to the 3rd. End side, and not quite in. Okay, 2. That's a good shot.
This is all the way end to end.
I think he can see paint.
I think he may be able to see it as well.
I think he can see paint.
Sure. Yep, he's looking like he can.
He might even have enough paint to.
Can he play the thin? Oh, just hit that 8 on the way up. That's a shame.
Okay. Sugiyama has a pretty big chance here. To the corner, one rail, and back across, but there's a lot of interference in the way to get back to the
There
3.
is. He just wants to be close to the center, right where he's
Yeah.
pointing there. Close to the center spot.
But you know, he's close to the rail, and a lot of times, I mean, if you're going to try to shoot this with a lot of spin, it's really easy to miss this ball. He might just try to use the speed to get the angle off the 2. Nope, he used the spin. Get by the 8. Okay.
Did not get as far as he wanted to be.
He did not get quite where he wanted to be.
He had to widen that out just a little bit
He
more.
wanted to be in the middle of the table, closer to the middle of the table.
I think he can make it, but it's not easy.
He might be able to rail first with inside on this.
The 3 is off the rail. It's not
Wait,
frozen.
can you see it? Oh no, he's got a lot of spin on there. I don't know if the spin is for shape or if the spin is to come off the rail to get to the 3.
Thinking he has to go rail first.
Just taking quite a few looks at it. So if you can go 3 rails around off of this, okay, nope, and the right spin's going to bring it back up table.
That's still spinning.
Okay, I think my prediction of Hill
It's a little closer.
is a little closer to fruition. But this is not easy because he's going to have to come 2 rails out for that 4, which means missing the 5 ball and hitting that side rail right about there where he's got his cue.
And leave it for the 4 on top.
Yep. If you're feisty, you do a real thin slice with a boatload of right-hand spin to go inside, to go side and back out. But we're not that crazy. And this is more of a net. He's gonna take the more natural angle. Come by the 5.
Oh, don't hit it!
No.
No.
That is not what we want.
That's the danger.
That is the danger.
Wow. Alright, let's see what Sugiyama can do with
Oh
this.
no. My prediction is falling by the wayside. Oh, Kuribayashi lost.
Yep.
Ouch.
Kuribayashi is out in the round of 16.
Yeah. Now, Kuribayashi actually was runner-up in 2016 and 2015. So, not a cakewalk. He's a really strong player, as I can attest to, having played him without success. Okay, so
The other matches that completed a little while ago was Hayato Hijikata, who is the #1 ranked player JPBA.
I forgot to pull up the rankings.
Who defeated Masato Yoshioka 8-2. That's a strong win.
Do you have the rankings? I have the 2023 rankings. Where's the 2024 rankings?
Hijikata 1, lowly win to Kuribayashi 3rd.
Really? According to Billy Walker, Sugiyama's current rank is
7.
Well,
Oh,
7 as of August 31st.
in JPBA, right? Not East. JPBA, he's 7.
He left himself a little tough. Is he feeling the pressure? Did he just shoot that badly, or?
Didn't see it. Looked like it had a lot of spin.
Yeah, I was looking at stats and I didn't watch him shoot that because I thought it was a cakewalk, but apparently not. Okay, so
Doesn't have to do much with it. He wants to come
Well,
across
you gotta
one
make
and a
it.
half rails.
you got to make it. And you shoot this basically center. You don't want to put a whole lot of left on this because you don't want to
You
risk
don't want to come
scratching in
close
the
to that
side
side
pocket.
pocket.
Yeah. So you cut it, you go 2 rails. You want to make sure to bounce off the second rail because you want to have enough speed for that ball to go in.
And he went
he's going down
back to
and
that
to the
side pocket.
side.
Look
Why?
at that.
Oh my gosh. He put too much side on that,
And hit it
my
really hard.
prediction of the double hill is still on the table.
And in Ignacio's hands.
Yes, it is. Okay, so he's looking at it. This is actually not. A lot of people make a mistake here. How do you get to that 9-ball? You're crossing the zone. There's so many different ways to go. So just slide up with a side spin. You want to get up above it. There you go. You want to have that angle towards your next ball.
He's just gonna drift.
Is he gonna drift or go to the rail? I don't know. If he's pretty straight, he can go to the rail and out. If not, just drift down. Okay, he's drifting down. And he's gonna take his time. Notice how he's focusing on the chalk going onto his tip. He's getting his focus back into the game. He stood and looked at it for a little while to make sure he's focused in.
Here we go.
Here
We
we
have
go.
a double hill.
And we have, who would have predicted that it would go double hill when the score was 7-4?
No one would be there.
No one would have predicted that except for someone who was a little bit late.
7対7のヒルヒル対決となりました。選手の健闘をたたえて大きな拍手をお願いいたします。
Okay.
Yes.
7-7 in this
Round of 16.
round of 16. Oh my gosh, there's so many golf. That's where you go. Double hill again. Break. You have to give it. Now, as long as he doesn't try to go for the win on the break. And what I mean by that is, remember what happened last time when he broke. He tried to smack him and get him moving a lot. Whereas in the early stages of this match, the medium break got a lot of movement and balls pocketed and control of the cue ball. Is he going to stick with that? Or is he going to just try to whack-a-doodle this rack? He's going to
Pretty
whack-a-doodle
wacky.
this rack.
A lot of top spin.
Okay.
And he's got a great shot on one ball here. Everything is open except for the 5-8.
Well, the 5, you can consider
It
that
looks like
open.
it goes.
It goes. The 5 is open. Everything is open. The 4 is in a good spot to get shape on the 5. The 2 is in a good spot
And
to get shape on the 3.
From the 5,
3
bumping the 8, the 7's right there.
I mean, everything is in a good spot. You shoot the 1, you go one rail across, shoot the 2 on the side, drift down, shoot the 3, stop, shoot the 4, bounce off one rail, shoot the 5.
Well, you've got this rack finished.
It is
Let's see
finished.
how he does.
It is finished. This is what you call a roadmap. The only place where you might have some difficulty is going from the 5 to the 7, where you have to take the rail because you don't want to draw off that 5 to get to the 7. The 8's in the way, so you want to make sure to have an angle on it. And okay, stop.
You don't want to be above it.
He's a little above it, so you might want to go to the rail. You might want to go forward to the rail and spin out a little bit.
He wouldn't choose to break those balls.
No, he's not
would
gonna.
he?
No.
There's no need to.
Absolutely no need. Absolutely no need to break these balls up. You already know where they are. You already know where you need to be to get to those balls.
He's looking.
No need to break
He's
them up.
trying to get as straight as he can on that 3.
Right. So
See if
so
he chooses
here,
to spin off the rail.
I would say that if he wants to have the good angle on the 3, you might want to go forward.
Extra chalk.
Forward a little bit left to spin down. There you go. Get that angle off the 3. Now, if he's got a bad angle on the 3, he can do the same thing with the 3 that he did with the 2. But no need. He can cinch it here and keep an angle on the 4. So a little draw. Keep an angle on the 4 so you can bounce out. That way you have an angle on the 5 to go to the side rail to come out for the 7. Once he does that, then it's game. Then it's all over with. Another option actually is to go ahead and go towards the rail from the 3, and that gives you a natural angle out towards the 7 from the 4. So you have two choices, but he was straight enough to do the cinch. And here he is looking for that angle on the 5 so that he can go to the rail. So he's going to shoot the 4. He's no draw, no side, no nothing. Just bounce off the rail, use the speed to come out towards the center line of the table. There you go. Slow down. There you go. And this is basically the same shot with either a little bit of low to hold an angle to come up towards the center, or a touch of left to come up towards the center, or a combination of both.
He's got that much angle.
I think he's got that much angle.
Okay.
But what he's worried about is nipping the 8. I think he's fine though. He's acting like he doesn't like it, but I'm sorry. If I was hill on this position, I think I would like it. Okay. Or you can go forward and shoot the 7 in the side.
Get around.
Like that.
There you go. Here he has the option of shooting the side or...
No, you shoot in the side.
Yeah.
You shoot in the side because that gives you a natural angle towards
floating
the center of the
up
table.
for the 6. I mean for the 8. Yeah.
Yes, correct. And you don't have to do a whole lot to it. It's a natural angle out. And you can go forward because that puts you in the big end of the zone. What are you talking about? Shoot it in the corner?
He's looking like he's going to shoot it in the corner.
Nope, only a
he's-
madman
okay.
would try to shoot that in the corner. Or Jimmy Rampy. Sorry. No disrespect to King James, but because he can drill the ball from anywhere, so you never know what's going to happen. He's worried about the cinch. He shouldn't really be too worried about the cinch here. You just don't want to hold the cue ball too much because then you got too sharp of an angle on the 8. It's fine to roll forward. It's going to take. Oh my goodness.
What did I say?
Oh my goodness. Why?
And he did roll forward quite a bit, so
He
now
rolled
he's
forward
got
quite a bit.
he's got to work for this angle.
I'm going to go on record and say that I do not agree with that shot. Of course, the angle from the overhead camera can be deceiving, so maybe it looked different from down on the table, but from the overhead, I don't agree with that shot. Okay, here you just make the ball. Make the ball. Depending on your speed, you can either go 1 rail or 2 rails. He opted for the 1 rail.
Let's go.
And here, okay, cut it in. A lot of people go 1 rail straight up and down. I don't
Maybe
like that.
take the second rail.
I take
above
the
side
second
pocket.
rail. You want to hit that side rail 1 diamond away from the side pocket and come down. You don't want to scratch, so you don't want to get too close. So
Where he just lined up, I'm thinking he may
right
choose
there.
to take that
one
just
diamond
one rail.
above the side pocket there.
Yep,
Oh,
one rail.
he went straight down. Okay.
He
all
lined
right.
it up like he wanted it.
Well, you know what? You've got confidence in your speed control. You can go ahead and do it. But that's the beauty of this game.
He's feeling it.
It's the beauty of this game. You can do it so many different ways. It's just what you're comfortable with. Me, I would have been more comfortable with the 2 rail on that. And
Wow.
we have
Jeffrey
a winner.
Ignacio from the Philippines.
Ignacio from the Philippines
over
wins.
Sugiyama.
Yes, over Sugiyama. Sugiyama was ranked 7th as of August in 2024. What is Ignacio's rank? What do we have here? Win-loss rank 15th. Okay.
Are we...
What? Hi.
Hi.
Okay. All right. So we're going to close off the commentary for this match. We're going to get ready for the next one. Congratulations.
試合結果をお知らせいたします。2番